Yo, what's up, guys? It's First Space, and today, my question today is who will be coming to the Reverie and why? As you guys know, it's been confirmed that the Reverie is going to happen next year, just after the Big Mom arc. So we're going straight to Reverie, then Wano Kuni in like 1 year. Now, the Reverie is going to be more of like a transition arc, similar to Zou. It's going to be extremely fast paced. Like the recent chapters of One Piece have been fast paced. I think that's going to be faster than that because we have so much to reveal. There's the CP0, revolutionaries, marines, the kingdoms. There's so much stuff to cover in that arc. It's one of the arcs where every chapter is gonna give us there's gonna be a lot of hype. It's gonna put everybody on their toes. So yeah, it's gonna be lit. And I do feel like this arc is gonna be info heavy. We're gonna get a lot of information in this arc. We might get a couple of confrontation, like Kong versus Dragon and Green Bull versus the Silhouette dude. And like Rago said, like in one of his streams, he said we're gonna get a setup and maybe Dragon declaring war on the world government. Then we might move on to Wano. We get this crazy news, then we just jump to Wano. That's gonna be such a tease, yo. Now, number one, I got Dragon. Now, we know our boy Dragon is definitely showing up, pulling the Obito on the Kages. Well, personally, I think he's gonna declare war on the government. And he will be pulling up with his commanders, basically flexing his entire union and all that. Yeah, because he did say he needed help from all the commanders that are hiding around the world. So yeah, he's definitely making his appearance in this arc. Okay, this is kind of off topic, but I got an idea from my boy Sean. And what he said was Dragon and Blackbeard were working together. What he said was Blackbeard will be used as a distraction so that Dragon can get into the heart of Marijoy. Okay, the way I see it, like I have a similar perspective, but not exactly that. Okay, now the way I see it was Dragon and his commanders have a brief scuffle with the Blackbeard pirates, but it came down to an agreement. Dragon said, "You help me with this, and you get this in return." And both Blackbeard and Dragon agreed. Now we also know that Blackbeard looks at the government in a negative way. It really brought me back to the scene where he hit Hannibal. I think his name is Hannibal. Like at Impel Down, he basically said, "You're stupid if you believe in like justice and the good guys being like the justice and evil being the pirates." So basically he doesn't believe in evil and good and all that stuff. And the world government, that's their ideology. So I wouldn't be surprised if Blackbeard had a thing with the government where he decides to team up with Dragon and possibly helping Dragon infiltrate the Reverie. I don't know what Dragon's gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna start a war there or he's gonna just make his appearance. Like there's so much things that could go down during the Reverie. Another thing we can consider is that according to the newspaper, the Blackbeard pirates were the only one that met the CP0 at Baltico. So if the CP0 knew Dragon's headquarters, I'm pretty sure they would bring a good amount of strong individuals to come and fight. Like Dragon is a Yonko level character. Like he's not Joe. He's not a scrub. So I'm pretty sure the CP0 would have brought a lot of power force to Baltico. But instead, Blackbeard was used as a distraction to loosen up the security at Marijoy. So while Blackbeard was fighting the CP0, Dragon was already heading to Marijoy with his commanders because now there's less security. Basically, like there's not as much people defending Marijoy. And the last thing I wanted to mention was that as you guys know, both Dragon and Blackbeard are both D's, and the D's are known to be God's natural enemy. The people who have the highest authority in the government, the Celestial Dragons. So there might be some interaction where both of them are D's and they want to take out these guys, you know. I don't know. Also, we gotta remember that the guy in Blackbeard's pirate, Lafitte, this guy single-handedly infiltrated Marijoy without anybody noticing. Like I'm not too sure how he did that, to be honest, because he had the mind control hypnosis, probably like he has a mythical devil fruit, like the winged one. I forgot the name, but he has a devil fruit that allows him to like put people in hypnosis. So he might have like the blueprint of how Marijoy is built. So he might be used there, I don't know, as some sort of connection and possibly helping the revolutionaries infiltrate. But I personally don't think it has to go that way. It's just a cool idea I saw in the comment section. Now number 3, we got the Silhouette revolutionary member. Now people were calling him the Crow guy. He's not, like, trust me guys, he's not the Crow guy. I made a whole video analysis on that Crow guy who was at Dressrosa. You should definitely check that out. Now this person might be stronger than Sabo. We know Sabo is known to be the second strongest, but what about these commanders that are hiding? They're not in the main picture. So I feel like he's one of the commanders that might be stronger than Sabo. Going by the order, we've seen the 3 main commanders. We know of Eva first. That was the first time we met Eva. Sabo was the second. We met him in Dressrosa. And this guy would be the third. I feel like it's always like that with Shonen, where they show the weakest to the strongest. So I feel like this guy was on a mission and was doing some espionage shit. So yeah, this guy alongside Green Bull is one of the reveals I'm definitely waiting for. Number 4, Green Bull. Now it's funny because I made a video saying that I didn't know when Green Bull was gonna show up, because we got the whole news about Wano, and I felt like if Wano is next, we're not gonna see Green Bull, because Wano is for Fujitora, because you know we had the whole argument there. But now that we're getting the Revel arc in between, we got the news recently. Now that we're getting the Revel arc in between, I have 100% believe that we're gonna see Green Bull at the Reverie. He might be protecting someone that's there, or just guarding the Reverie in general. But yeah, the last Admiral Green Bull, hype, definitely hype. Like Admirals, there's some hype stuff. Number 5, Akainu. Akainu, obviously you guys know Akainu is gonna be there. Here's the fleet. The fleet admirals usually stay at Marijoa doing all their work in there. They also stay at HQ sometimes, but I mostly see like the time Sengoku he was always at Marijoa. But Akainu, yeah, Akainu is the fleet admiral. I feel like he's going to be coordinating the admirals to look out for enemies and stuff like that. We might see some interaction with him and Green Bull. Now, I did say Akainu and Green Bull would have a similar notion of justice, but they're still going to be different. We might see some interaction with Dragon and Akainu too. We might get some flashback, which will... If we do get a flashback saying that Dragon was a Marine, this would be the right time to give us a flashback, which will go along with the theory of how Dragon was a former admiral, which I don't personally believe, but it's definitely a possibility. But yeah, Kainu, my boy, is definitely showing up. Kong, number 5, Kong. Now, a lot of you may not know him because they've only shown him once in the manga. Like, they only show these characters once in the manga. I don't know why Oda does that. And basically, he's the supreme commander of the Navy. His position is higher than the fleet admiral spot. I'm not too sure what he does, but there's one thing we know: he oversees the CP0 and essentially the entire force of the Navy. So essentially, he's the Navy's last line of defense. If Akainu gets taken out, he's gonna pop out. But if there's anybody Dragon is gonna fight other than Akainu, or like meet up or have a standoff, it's gonna be Kong. I just feel like Kong is a special individual in the Navy. Like, I don't know what's up with him. Like, even though he's old, I feel like there's something about him that he's not normal. Like, also, let's not forget that this guy is bigger than Garp, and the fact that he was a fleet admiral during Roger and Whitebeard's era, that might mean he might be on their level, because the fleet admirals are usually the strongest marine. Not always, but usually. So yeah, we're gonna see Kong. Some people are saying mythical ape devil. I don't know. The name Kong just makes it seem possible. So yeah, the CP0, number 6, CP0. This one, not as much as the others, to be honest, because like, no, they're gonna be there for sure, but we might get to see the faction that came to Dressrosa, and we will definitely get to see the leader of the CP0. The leader of the CP0, Yonko level or Admiral level character. So that's gonna be crazy. Like, just having the thought in mind that this guy might be an Admiral or Yonko level is just crazy. We might see them without their masks, and we might get like a lot of information on how the CP0 were built and all that. We might also get to see the remaining previous CP9 members. We saw Rob Lucci and that I forgot the other guy's name, but we might see Kaku, Jabara, and Blue, and all of those guys. I feel like there's also different factions in the CP0. Rob Lucci and those guys that showed up at Dressrosa are probably not in the same unit. So there's a lot of hype around CP0. I can't wait for that stuff. Number 7, Kobe. Okay, it's been a while. Like, it's been a while since we last saw Kobe. Like, the last time we saw him was at the war. That was like almost 200 chapters ago. I feel like this would be a good time to show him. I mean, like, there was a special that came out. I can't remember what came out, but it came out a while back, and it showed Kobe but it was non-canon, so I can't really use that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was at that level or even more, since Garp is training Kobe, so he might be some OP. But it was confirmed that he was a captain, so he's the same rank as Tashigi. So he definitely knows haki. Like usually they say only vice admirals and above have haki, but there's a trend now in the Marines where we're seeing people. Tashigi knows haki, Kobe knows haki. I feel like the newer generations of Marines are gonna be OP, like so strong. But yeah, Kobe is definitely one of the characters we might see on some bodyguard duty. He might be like escorting one of the kings. Yeah, Kobe definitely a possibility. The kings like the Stelly, El Isabello, Shirahoshi, Walpole, the Kanokuni guy, Vivi, all these guys are obviously gonna be coming to the Tea Party. And the main chat, what they're gonna be talking about is gonna be about Luffy, potentially Blackbeard, because I feel like he's the guy that they're gonna focus on after like the main stuff, because like he's accomplished so much during that war. I feel like he's gonna be something people are gonna be talking about. And Cobra wanted to talk about the Void Century. I think he was saying something about the stones. And finally, the abolishment of the warlord system. Now, even though Fuji isn't there right now, I feel like Elizabello, King Rico will share their story and explain like why they will explain to the world government why like they shouldn't do this stuff. Like these pirates are using above their means of authority and they're doing shit. Like, so yeah, we might get a lot of that. We might also get a confrontation with Sabo and Stelly. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this arc. I'm not too sure how Oda is gonna place all this in. Has to be extremely fast paced. It might be a long arc, I don't know. Number 7, Bon Clay. Now you guys might say, what is Bon Clay doing on this list? Now the thing with Bon Clay is that I feel like right now he's working under Eva, and Eva is she's one of the top revolutionary commanders. But that's not the important part. Bon Clay has one of the best infiltrating devil fruit, apart from like Blue Eno's devil fruit and Lafitte. Basically what his devil fruit can do is mimic the faces of people, and you would guess by now he's a better user with the devil fruit. Whereas before he could only use the ability on himself, but now he can use it on maybe other people, and that would be a crazy way to make the revolutionaries infiltrate the reverie with using Bon Clay's devil fruit. Now imagine like Dragon just popping, just a normal regular Marine just changing into Dragon. Like those kings are gonna be shook, they're gonna be scared, they're gonna be frightening. There's a dragon popping out of nowhere. So yeah, it's kind of far-fetched. Like I'm not 100%, like I'm like 30% on this theory. Like it might not, there's a good chance it might not happen. Like knowing Oda, this past arcs have just been a little bit crazy. Number 8, the Celestial Dragons. Now we know these guys are gonna be there. I don't even need to put this on the list, but the thing I wanted to talk about these guys were, personally, I feel like we're gonna see more members of the Celestial Dragons, apart from the current ones we know, the ones in Dressrosa, the ones that attack Sabo. I feel like they don't all have the same personality. I feel like there's, even amongst the Celestial Dragons, there's like a leader family, maybe a more serious toned Tenryubito. Yeah, so I feel like they're diverse. The Celestial Dragons, they still have that mindset where they think not regular people are like scum, they're like bugs and all that, but they all have different personalities. Like the thing that made me say that is because the Don Quixote, Doflamingo's family, Don Quixote, they were considered to be heretics amongst the Tenryubito. So there might be like other families that have certain traits among them. So yeah, Tenryubito, I don't really care about these guys to be honest, but you know, just a quick mention. Now number 9, this one is also, I won't say far-fetched, it's still it's a huge possibility. Actually it's pretty big. Luffy's mother. Okay, this one is it's like 50-50 with me. I'm not 200% sure on this one, but I feel like we're gonna, the more we get in depth in the factions of the revolutionary, like the revolutionaries, they're built up of like a ton of factions, like not just like HQ. There's a lot out there. There's spread over all over the world. So Luffy's mom might be revealed in this arc. And in an SBS, Oda did say he did draw Luffy's parents in an arc. I'm not sure which one it was, but it was one of those arcs where I don't think he drew them. He just drew Dragon, but he never drew like his mother. But he did say Luffy has parents. An S. He put an S in there. So yeah, I'm thinking Luffy's mom is still alive. I can see Luffy's mom having like a lot of similarities to Luffy himself. If we see a goofy characters in the Revolutionaries just talking mad junk, and she's a woman, boom, there we go. Luffy's mom confirmed. I feel like if anybody's like so hype in the Revolutionaries, it's gotta be Luffy's mom, because the Revolutionaries, they're on the low. Now anyways guys, that's pretty much it. Comment down below, because we're gonna get a lot of fire coming in our way in 2017. So Big Mom finale, the Reverie, Dragon, Wano Kuni, and Kaido. I personally think like Wano Kuni arc is gonna be like mid to late of next year. Like I'm not too sure what time we're gonna get that. It's definitely gonna be late or mid 2017. So yeah, I'm thinking we might get Wano in August or like September, around that time. But yeah, anyways guys, share and subscribe, like, and it's Pharaoh. Peace out.